Hi, Mike McGonigle from McGonigle's Market, back with more simple grilling tips to make your summer the best barbecue season ever. Today we're going to talk about cooking fish on the grill, and of course everybody in the Midwest gets a little bit apprehensive about cooking seafood because it's not something that we do as often as maybe if you lived in Seattle. So we're going to talk about salmon today, and of course this grilling technique or process is very similar no matter what kind of fish you're cooking. The only difference is going to be to judge the thickness of the fish and decide exactly how long you're going to cook it. And we'll talk about that at the grill a little bit. But I always like to, in prepping the fish for the grill, I always like to pat the fish dry to make sure fish will tend to leach moisture. So you want to make sure that your seasonings are going to actually come in contact with the flesh of the fish. So we're going to just pat the flesh dry. And then, this is a handy little gadget my kids gave me years ago. It's just a little spray container that we put olive oil in, and then it pumps up so that you can spray it on things, and it makes things a lot easier and you don't get your hands messy rubbing oil onto your food. Then we're just simply going to treat this with a little bit of lemon pepper. You can use like fresh lemon zest mixed with pepper, but this is, in my mind, works excellently. We just sprinkle a little bit on there and coat it generously, but not overly. And with salmon, I like also to do a little bit of dill. So we're going to put that on there. It also makes it real pretty because it gives it that kind of greenish color. And then my wife is a ginger fanatic, so I just use powdered ginger, and I just sprinkle that on there. It's excellent on fish, and it gives it a really good flavor. So that's really all we need to do to it. We need to keep it very simple, but we do want some nice seasonings that are going to enhance the flavor. We're going to cook with charcoal today. I'll try to speak real slow for those of you that might be using gas. In the world of charcoal now, we have options. We've got lump charcoal, we've got charcoal briquettes. The lump charcoal I think is great. It burns real clean, it burns real hot, but I think it's better for when you're smoking or cooking something more long-term. Today we're going to be doing direct grilling, so I want a nice even heat, and I think the briquettes give us a much more even heat because they don't have the hot and cold spots that the lump charcoal can have. Okay, when you see the flames start to lick up the outside corners of the charcoal chimney, you should be about ready to turn her over and dump it. I like these ones with the auxiliary handle on it. It makes it a lot easier to control. Just dump it over. I've got my trusty barbecue stick here to spread the coals out with. And we're going to just adjust the damper on the grill. We're just going to open it about halfway because we're going to cook this salmon, and we want a kind of a medium-high heat. So those of you that are cooking on gas, you'll want to set your burners at about a medium-high. So fire's ready, nice evenly gray. It's cooking, it's good and hot. The biggest concern I hear from people when they're cooking fish is that the fish sticks to the grill. The reason for that is when the fish hits that hot grate, it sears on there and it just adheres to the grill immediately. So we're just going to leave the grate off of the grill while the fire's getting ready. I always put the flesh side down first. We're going to cook it for just a couple of minutes to kind of mark the front of it and to get a nice sear on it, and then we're going to turn it over and finish it off. Okay, we've been going for about 3 minutes, so we should have a nice sear and grill marks on the front of that fish. We're just going to roll it over. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Now, we're going to cool down the fire by putting the lid on, and we're just going to roast off the fish. Well, I'm thinking it's been about 7 or 8 minutes, so I'm thinking this fish should be just about ready to go. Let's pull the lid off. Oh, it's looking good. So we're just going to now very carefully, because you know how fish gets flaky, and oftentimes even with our little trick with the grate, that skin will stick to the grill, but it looks like it came loose real nicely. We're just going to lay it over here. Beautiful grilled salmon. Thanks for watching today, and if you need something special to grill, you come on down to McGonigle's Market. You won't be disappointed.